Plastic is another one of mankind's innovations that has a very important role in society. It is widely used and has many applications due to how durable and lightweight the polymer chains are that make up the plastic. Along with this, plastic is inexpensive to produce and is cheap for consumers of products such as plastic containers and plastic cups. Plastic is also a very important component of food packaging, automobile production, and electronic devices. With its importance being crucial to human life, the need for plastic will continue to grow. However, as plastic consumption rises, the overall waste goes up. Something that can last for hundreds of years is readily consumed and thrown away, ending up in landfills. Plastic bags are used for no more than a couple hours and end up in the trash bin. Recycling has come a long way, however, current methods of reusing the plastic are inefficient and costly. With the help of newer technology, there is a better and cheaper solution to this problem called PTF, or plastic to fuel conversion. Plastic to fuel conversion technology is a process also known as pyrolysis, where shredded plastic is melted in a chamber at a very high temperature, and complex polymer chains break down into hydrocarbons similar to how fossil fuels are created. As plastic begins to boil and decompose, the vapor is fed through a pipe that leads into a water tank where it condenses, and a byproduct of synthetic crude oils and synthetic gas is produced, which sits on top of the water. 100% of the plastic is consumed in the process, leaving behind a byproduct containing 90% crude oil and 10% synthetic gas, according to Oceanic, a popular recycling organization. The entire process can be done at a large scale level, with continuous flows of plastic going in and a continuous production of oil coming out. Large amounts of plastic is consumed in the process, greatly reducing the amounts that covers the earth, while also providing a crude oil source. Further refinement of the crude oil can yield gasoline, kerosene, and diesel fuel. However, production and quality of these fuels depends on the type of plastic used in the conversion. The current PTF technology prefers 4 out of the 7 common types of plastic. This includes things such as milk jugs, plastic containers, plastic packaging, and appliances made out of plastic. Small amounts of type 1 plastic, such as water bottles, for example, can also be processed. The popular method of turning old plastics into new plastics requires the plastic to be sorted into different types before it can be produced. PTF technology can process plastic without it first being sorted, saving large amounts of time and money. Concerns about the process may be that the CO2 production that occurs as plastic vaporizes and the contaminants filtered out by the water. However, CO2 only makes up 10% of the overall byproduct. Also, the extreme heat of the CO2 reaches during the process can be harnessed and reverted back to the PTF process or flared to meet air emission standards. Currently, the company PK Clean converts 100% of their CO2 emissions into clean and reusable energy. The wastewater can be filtered and reused or sent off to sewage treatment, making PTF a clean and environmentally friendly process that can effectively convert large amounts of plastic into usable fuels. Current implementations of large-scale PTF systems are already taking way. According to contributing and participating suppliers, as of 2015, 35 systems were in place, with 24 being used for commercial use, and 19 other systems were expected to be commissioned in 2016. Since the technology is newer, there is only a small number of commercial operations popping up around the world. One example of a large-scale operation is PK Clean, an organization founded at MIT, which is located in Salt Lake City, and operates continuously on a yearly basis. PK Clean produces 6 U.S. barrels or 250 gallons of oil per ton of plastic, costing them $25 to $37 per barrel, not including the cost of material to be converted. However, with growing amounts of plastic waste being discarded A surplus of recycled plastic is readily available to be bought and at a cheap cost by PTF organizations. In 2015, when PK Clean estimated production costs for each barrel, the U.S. barrel of oil sold for $35. As of April 2017, cost per barrel has gone up substantially, reaching $50 a barrel. Large-scale operations of PTF systems are able to make a profit due to the surplus of recycled plastic and a growing demand for crude oil. Plastic to fuel conversion is a cost-effective way of removing the heaps of plastic that covers the earth and its oceans. PTF also solves another problem: the depletion of non-renewable fossil fuels, which is starting to look grim for future generations. One way you can help is by recycling all the plastic you use. So when you're done with that water bottle, find a recycling bin. Also, do more research into PTF and help start groups that can spread the word. Go to your local congressman and express the need for better recycling options so that there is less plastic floating around the earth. Plastic production is inevitable as long as consumers continue to use the cheap and readily available products big corporations provide. Plastic will continue to linger the earth as it does not degrade fast enough to keep up with the amount thrown away. Therefore, the best solution is to convert the waste into a product used by billions on a daily basis. Plastic to fuel is a cost-efficient and nearly waste-free method of turning recycled plastic into usable fuels that also alleviates the issue of depleting fossil fuel reserves. Wherever the world may be heading, without change, there is an impending crisis that lies ahead where landfills will be overfilling, oceans will continue to fill with plastic, and fuel reserves will continue to deplete. There is a surplus supply of recycled plastics waiting to be consumed, and large-scale plastic to fuel conversation operations would alleviate the earth of the malignant innovation human call plastic.